combating SAD, seasonal affective disorder. It's that time of the year again. It's getting darker earlier by the day. And this weekend we'll be setting our clocks back an hour, plunging our days into darkness even earlier. Each and every one of us feel the absence of the sun, but for some of us, the shorter days and diminishing access to natural light bring on SAD. SAD, seasonal affective disorder, is real, and its effects range from mild to debilitating. It's important for us to recognize that the sun is important in our lives. It's not only the giver of all life, and it makes life on earth possible. It's also something that we soak up on long summer days. We find ourselves more sociable, more upbeat. We feel more active and energetic when there's more sunny weather around. It is no wonder that many of us are adversely affected by the diminishing access to light as autumn turns to winter. Seasonal changes are something we each go through differently. We have life tasks and responsibilities all year round, but as we move into the late autumn and early winter, our circadian rhythms and our internal clocks are negatively impacted by the diminished quality and quantity of sunlight. Not for some of us, for all of us. Not everyone becomes less alive and less active and less willing to venture outdoors, but the vast majority of us definitely are impacted. And as we live in the northern hemisphere, we tend to feel the shift. We slow down a bit, we kind of hibernate, we crave comfort foods, and we change our lifestyle habits from the summer to a different pace in the winter. For many of us, it's not unusual to experience bouts of the winter blues. That's what we call it. Our mood changes. We feel a little bit less of motivation, dragging our feet, sense of dread about the day to wake up to. We wake up in the dark and we go to sleep in the dark. For many people, we're vulnerable to this, and we have mild symptoms of the winter blues, but for many people out there, there's also people who have more significant mood swings, anxiety, cravings for comfort foods, lethargy, a loss of motivation and drive. Minority of sufferers with more severe symptoms can also go into a deep depression and also bring on, dark thoughts or hopelessness. It is important for each and every one of us during this time to expose ourselves to understanding how seasonal changes affect our mood, anxiety, and symptoms and lifestyle patterns in life. Symptoms of SAD include feelings of depression, a lack of interest in things, low interest, low energy, and feeling sluggish. Many people suffer from concentration and memory problems. They often find themselves falling and asleep more often or feeling tired in the middle of the day, or they have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. Many SAD sufferers tend to overeat and experience significant weight gain by craving sugar or salt or snacking more, and many tend to withdraw socially or not get enough energy and activity with exercise. In extreme cases, people struggling from SAD can go through clinical depression and may even experience dark and suicidal thoughts. This is something to pay attention to and seek help for. There are a number of ways to combat SAD through the quality of our self-care. During our winter months, we really need to take up a notch our self-care and our practices of being kinder and more compassionate to ourselves. Taking care of ourselves can come in many different ways, but for most people experiencing SAD, seasonal affective disorder, the first and foremost thing is try to get some natural light. Still continue to go outside even though it's getting colder. Make sure that you try to get some of the sun's rays. And if you can, try to enjoy cold weather activities. Go for that hike, meet people in for a coffee. It's a great way to experience exposure to natural light going outside in the day. Another way is getting artificial lighting and lights involved, meaning a happy light. It's called a light box. Light boxes are designed to give off a light that mimics the sun's rays. This is highly effective in managing symptoms of SAD. Paying attention to your dietary choices. During our winter, we tend to comfort eat, we tend to hibernate, we tend to get less activity, And so it's important for us to recognize, am I eating quality foods or am I increasing more carbs? Notice the comfort foods we crave and start watching what you eat. Bring in more fruits and vegetables. Allow yourself to recognize, am I eating in accordance to what is healthy for me? Or am I eating in alignment to comfort and longing for something that, kind of takes away the edge from the lack of sunlight? We also need to pay attention to supplements. Many times our energy comes down, and it's important to look at vitamin D, iron levels, and our source of vitamin D. It is important for many people to bring in that supplement, especially living here in the northern hemispheres. We need to employ strategies to support good sleep hygiene, eating clean, exercising, and limiting screen time hours before you go to bed. Try to sleep in a calm and quiet environment. Bring yourself to a place where you have structure and routine, where you have regular times to contribute to the quality of sleep and rest that you need. In addition to light therapy and engaging in self-care strategies, there are a minority of people suffering with severe symptoms of SAD. Those people need to consider asking for help, seeking professional assistance, and maybe getting on psychotropic medication like an antidepressant or anti-anxiety pill, or going to psychotherapy to work through symptoms or negative thoughts and patterns that we are going through that are holding us back from feeling good about ourselves and the life we live. Many times with seasonal depression, we have a hard time seeing gratitude and seeing the good over the bad. As we wait for the sun, it is important for us to take charge in the meantime of our symptoms and work on things. Let's take this mindful moment right now to take a deep breath in and out and reflect on your own symptoms of SAD. Notice what seasonal affective disorder symptoms you might be going through during these winter times of the season. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. And allow yourself to settle into your breath and reflect mindfully on the topic that we're talking about, seasonal affective disorder. How does this winter and seasonal change affect you? What are some significant things that you need to take charge of? Let's reflect. Take a deep breath in and out and enjoy this mindful moment. If your mind wanders away, gently bring it back to your breath and continue reflecting on your symptoms during this seasonal change. As I welcome you back, I'd like to remind you again that there are many resources and strategies available should you need them. Finally, this weekend, as the clock turns back and we start to sense the absence of the sun's rays, let's each and every one of us remind ourselves that the seasons change and that spring will arrive before we know it. But in the meantime, there are plenty of ways to combat seasonal affective disorder and enjoy life while we're waiting for its return. SAD strategies as the clocks go back this weekend an hour. As the light retreats, here are 5 positive, powerful strategies to help you combat SAD. Realize that the sun that you are missing, seasonal affective disorder, is real and is something to make an effort to notice. Make an effort to stay active and in touch with your family and friends. There is no need to give in to the impulse of hibernating when the sun retreats. Please take an active interest in eating well, exercising, getting out there, and engaging in activities that you usually enjoy. Let the light in. through exposure of natural light when possible, and if not, through light therapy. A light box is reasonably priced and mimics the sun's rays and is highly effective, meaning it works really well if you can use it consistently. That's the key with the light box. You need to use it consistently. Practice good sleep hygiene. Remember, your internal clock can go sideways without, diminished sunlight. This can also impact your sleep negatively. Maintain a regular sleep cycle, minimize screen time before going to bed, and make sure that your sleep environment is calm, pleasant, dark. That helps you get a good quality sleep. Pay attention to your dietary choices. Limit your carbs and comfort food, cravings. Shop mostly at the parameters of the grocery store. Try to make it fresh, unprocessed, healthy foods, vegetables, and other foods that are high in vitamins and minerals. Consider also adding in more vitamin D and other supplements during the winter months. Seek support if you're experiencing severe symptoms. You are not alone, and there are effective ways to treat SAD. Visit your GP, your general practitioner, is a great way of getting the help you need right away. And then, if you need more, they can probably guide you to resources, therapists, or even psychiatrists if needed. Take care of yourself this seasonal change and allow yourself to have some extra self-care and compassion, as with the sun going down, many of us need more extra love and compassion for ourselves to get through the days and have enough energy to deal with our day-to-day responsibilities.